Hi there, Scott Dailey with Dailey Dailey Real Estate. Today we're going to be talking about DRB Homes. First, three things you want to understand is we're going to talk about where DRB fits in terms of size in the marketplace. We're going to talk about what is the promise that DRB is making and whether are they a good value, and what is, again, still the most important thing about new construction real estate. So that's sort of our framework, and just understanding that DRB is up in the large production. They are not a publicly traded company, but they are building thousands of houses a year. They're probably one of the largest privately held builders in the country. So they're operating not nationally, but certainly regionally, everywhere from the DC market, probably south to Florida, and who knows, out west. They're in a lot of markets. They're building a lot of homes. This is a big company. And so big companies have advantages and disadvantages that are pretty consistent across the board. And so we'll talk about those as they relate to DRB a little bit more. The second thing is what is a definition of, are they a good value? Is DRB a good value? And so in order to understand that, you have to know how we define value at Dailey Dailey Real Estate. And so at Dailey Dailey Real Estate, we look at value in terms of keeping the promise. And so DRB, if you listen to what they're saying, they're going to say, this is what we'll do for you. And then the question is are they able to deliver on that? And if they can at a price that makes sense, then that's a good value, bottom line. So the third thing is what's still important in real estate, even if you're looking at new construction, is location, location, and location. That's still the big factor. And so if DRB is not in a location that you want to be, they're probably not somebody you need to consider. But if they're in a possible location for you, then that's something to look at. So who is up? Who am I? And who is Dailey Dailey Real Estate? Well, we're independently owned and operated. We've been in business in Southern Delaware for over 20 years, and we own a home building company. So we understand the market, we understand market timing, we understand locations, and we understand new construction better than any other broker at the Delaware beaches. And we want to put that expertise to work for you. And that expertise in your corner, we can help guide you through a great new build process and ultimately landing in a wonderful new home at the Delaware beaches. Everybody dreams about new at the Delaware beaches. Some people are afraid to make the decision. They're not sure who to trust. There's a lot of different reasons that gets them away from new construction. We want to help come alongside you so you can get the new construction home that you have always wanted through a great process. And we're going to get paid to do it, but we're going to get paid by referral fees from the builder. And so that's important to know, and that's who we are. Okay, here we go. DRB. DRB stands for Dan Ryan Builders. They go as DRB because there's also Ryan Homes in the market. And if you had Ryan and Dan Ryan, that would drive everybody crazy. It still does sometimes. So they just go by DRB Homes. And they came into the market really in the last 5 or 6 years, expanding here from the DC area, and they've been very aggressive. They've come into communities, and they are really looking to establish some market share. So we'll talk about that in a minute. Now, it's important to understand they are the large production builder, and it's also important to understand that they vary their standard features greatly based upon the community, right? So there are DRB communities that are built that are lower end builder grade stuff that's not impressive, but it delivers a wonderful price point. And they have DRB homes that are in very expensive neighborhoods that deliver a much higher level of standard features and finishes and still at a pretty good price. So it's important that, not when you walk into DRB in one location versus DRB in another location, the product can be very different, and we can help you sort through that, but you have to understand that there is going to be some variety. But again, in terms of are they a good value? Well, typically what they're going to offer is a lot of house for the money. They're going to be a price sale on the terms of the costs, and it's going to be a compelling offer from DRB. So second thing to remember about DRB is they do inventory houses. They will pre-build with you, but they will also and let you walk through that process. And they offer sort of a middle of the range level of choices, more choices maybe than some of the larger publicly traded production builders and fewer choices than some of the smaller builders. They're sort of in an in-between place, but they also offer inventory homes. And if you know where to buy the inventory homes and when to buy the inventory homes, there are good deals to be had if you like the house. Ultimately, you're still going to have to love the house, and so getting the best deal in the world on a house you don't like is not really a good value. So if you can get one of their inventory houses, there are some great opportunities at certain times of the year at DRB. So going back to understanding DRB is because they are aggressively trying to expand into this marketplace. They are pricing themselves to grow market share. And so they're an option. So if you are a cost-sensitive new construction buyer, DRB almost certainly has to be on your list if they're building in a location that is of interest to you. And again, part of sorting out all of those builders and all of those different factors is something that we can help with. So that's DRB. I'm Scott Dailey with Dailey Dailey Real Estate.